Chances are, if you search "Find my best colors" online, you're going to find seasonal color analysis. And it sounds great. There are 4 seasons describing every person on this world, and if you follow the advice, you're going to look amazing in the colors you wear every day. Well, there is a problem with seasonal color analysis, but for now let me say I'm Janna, and on my channel I share tips and tricks on creating outfits that look exactly the way you want them to look and that you love to wear. Now, onto color. What is seasonal color analysis? Seasonal color analysis is based on the idea that we look best in colors that are harmonious with our own features, and I think that's absolutely true. They take 3 characteristics and describe the coloring of people by those characteristics and grouped them into 4 seasons. The characteristics are if someone is warm or cool, meaning their colorings contain yellow or blue, light or dark, meaning their colorings contain white or black, and if their colorings are bright or muted or soft, meaning if they contain gray or not. If you take these 3 parameters, seasonal color analysis splits them into 4 seasons. And the analogy is great because the seasons have very specific colors associated with them. For example, spring. It's getting warm, it's getting light, it's getting bright. The color of the flowers are very stunning and bright and beautiful. So the season of spring is associated with people who have light colors, warm, a lot of yellow, and very bright, meaning no gray. Then we have autumn. It's getting darker, but it's still a little bit warm. And we have a certain softness, a little bit of fog, meaning we have dark, more black in the coloring. We have warmth, meaning yellow. And we have gray, meaning this softness in the coloring of people who are classified as autumns. Then there's winter. Winter, of course, is cool and dark. And when you think of black trees on white snow and red berries, you also get this feeling of brightness. And that is why people who are classified as winters are described as containing a lot of black, a lot of blue, and no gray in their features. Lastly, there's summer. I think the analogy doesn't work as well with summer because the characteristics prescribed for summer are cool, not my main association, light, makes sense, and soft, muted, containing a lot of gray. Think more about the sunset or perhaps summer in the Scottish heather, and then you get the feeling what the summer color season is all about. I think up to this point, this system has a certain merit. It is great for people who have no idea at all about coloring, and they get a very vivid idea of what each description stands for, because the colors associated with the seasons match the people who are typed as that season. However, once you get started, you may realize, we only have 4 categories for everyone. For example, the summer, cool, light, and muted. But some may be a little bit more muted, and some may be a little bit more light. And that's where 12 seasons arose. For example, the summer, we have the light summer, containing more white. We have the cool summer, containing more blue. And we have the soft summer. Main characteristic is containing a lot of gray. And you can do that for the other seasons as well. Now you think, okay, 12 seasons, I can handle that. But wait, there are some seasons that don't exist. There is, for example, cool, soft, and dark. What about that? That's missing. So we arrive at 16 color seasons. Wait a second. There are people who lean more like neutral, not only within the cool and warm spectrum, where you have probably heard of the term neutral, but also when it comes to the amount of gray or the amount of black and white in their colorings. What about these people? Suddenly we're at 24 color seasons. And then you start diving even deeper and realize, well, I'm supposed to be a soft summer. But there are some soft summer colors that look really weird on me. And there are some colors from soft autumn or cool winter that look really good on me. How can that be? And suddenly you are a shaded summer who can borrow from soft autumn and cool winter. Finally, at that point, we realize that this system is getting way too complicated. It's great to get started, to get an idea about what color can be and how to define color. But once you start going into the details, it just gets too complicated. It overcomplicates a very simple system. Let me give you an example of how I would do this instead of seasonal color analysis. I would just plain describe every single person's colorings on a sliding scale within these 3 characteristics. So you do not have to class all people who are cool and warm together. There can be people who are a little bit cool, a little more cool, perhaps almost neutral. You can describe the coloring of every person that way, and you do not have to argue about someone being a shaded summer or a soft winter. Everything is described on this sliding scale. Let's take me as an example. By the way, this is a moment to pause the video and leave a comment down below what you think my season is, because I'm going to reveal it just now and I would love to hear what you think. Here I am described on the scale. I am quite soft, containing a lot of gray. I'm a little bit cool, and I'm pretty neutral when it comes to lightness and darkness. Now I can classify the colors the exact same way, and I will be able to compare. So let's do this with this example. First we have this blue. This blue is pretty muted. It contains a lot of gray. It doesn't contain any yellow. It's not leaning towards teal, so it's a cool color. And it's light. Let's look at this brownish orange. It is bit more dark, and it's an orange that contains quite a lot of yellow, so it's a warm color. Lastly, we have the amount of gray. Sometimes it's a bit tricky for the eye to differentiate between the color just containing a lot of black or white, or if it contains both. This color contains more black but a little bit of white. It is a bit muted, so it's kind of softish, quite dark for an orange, and warm. Here are 2 more examples. This green is very bright, no gray at all. It contains quite a lot of blue. It's a cool green, and it's light but not super light. Then we have the beige. It's a warm color. It contains a lot of yellow. It's a very light color, and it's a very muted color. There's a lot of gray here. Let's compare it to my coloring. The first one matches my coloring exactly. Cool, soft, neither too dark nor too light. Perfect for me. Then we have that orange. It's too warm for me. The darkness would be okay for me, and it's a little bit soft, which would be good for me, but still this color is too warm for me. Let's look at the green. The green is cool, good for me. The lightness darkness scale is also okay, but it's way too bright. And lastly, we have the beige. The beige is soft, which agrees to me, but it is very light and it is very warm. I think this is the worst color for me. Once you figure out your own colorings, you can do the same with every color you encounter, and you will always be able to decide, is this color looking good on you? Well, right now you may be going, but I have no idea how to do that. I don't know where I fall on this scale. Isn't it easier to just go with a seasonal color analysis and get typed? And yes, it's easier, but the quick and easy solution rarely is the best. If you get typed, A, you depend on the typer being someone who's good at their craft. You can't control that because you don't know what they're doing. B, there may be a certain margin for personal bias. For example, I've heard that if you get typed in Asia, the analyst will lean towards colors that make you look paler because that is very popular in Asia. So you may not get the results you want. Also, it is incredibly restricting because chances are there are colors outside of your color season you could wear. What I would suggest is, instead of going to someone else to get typed, to train your eye. This is going to take effort, more than getting typed. It's going to cost you less money, which is an advantage, but it will be so much more helpful in the long run. If you want to figure out how to do this, train your eye and figure out your colors, hit the subscribe button on the notification bell because I'm going to do a video on that. I hope you found this helpful. I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week. Have a wonderful day and goodbye.